This practice is gonna be all standing up. So you're gonna start just by finding really nice alignment. So your feet are about, let's call it between hip and shoulder width apart. And then check that your toes are tracking forward relatively straight. Everyone's got different, knee and ankle configurations, but relatively straight on. Good. And then if you can, even if you're wearing shoes, like try to really spread the toes and the feet out into the earth. So I imagine they could get like twice as wide as they are, just as if your feet could widen out. So they're pressing out. You want to try to spread the toes a little more, and then also pressing down into the earth. And then from there, you're going to start tracing up the legs. So starting with the ankles, just check the ankles, maybe roll them a little bit side to side, just in the subtle, just to kind of find neutral. And then check the knees next. Very important joint to check. So knees should be just a little bit bent. Yeah, not deep bend, just a little bit bent so they aren't locked. And then your quads, like the upper part of the leg into the hip, should just stack right on top of these slightly bent knees. And then you're going to tip the sacrum down, meaning that often we'll certainly, if you have a flexible spine, if you're like a yogi, you'll tend to have your butt sticking out a bit. And so to fix that, you just kind of tuck the tailbone. See that? So the sacrum is pointed straight down towards the earth. And then from there, hands are at your sides, just nice and loose. Start tracing up the spine from the tailbone, like feel where the tailbone meets the sacrum. Tracing up the spine. And start to imagine straightening and lengthening the spine, but without flexing it or bringing any kind of rigidity to it. So the spine, just tracing up every vertebra, like feel where it meets in with the lower part of the rib cage, where it crosses through the back of your heart, upper part of the rib cage. Feel where it joins with the shoulders, and then take a hand and place it at the exact point where the spine meets the skull. It's a very important alignment piece. So you're going to want to play with tilting the chin down until you feel that the spine where it meets the skull is relatively straight. So often it's a bit it's a bit bent, and we want to have a straight line. So it's just a slight tuck of the chin. Just play with it just for a sec, kind of find it. And then once you've found it, relax the arms back down. So spine is strong. Spine is straight. And then you're going to relax the shoulders back. So you want to bring them up to the ears, back, and then down. So the only thing now that's going to be holding structure is the feet pressed into the earth. Allow the entire front of the body to soften and relax. So like imagine that somebody were pouring warm tropical water down on the crown of your head, and it's pouring down over your forehead, like relaxing any of the muscles in the forehead. Let it pour down the cheekbones, relax any muscles around your eyes. You could allow the eyes to close now. Make sure that your eyes are closed softly so there's no tension around the corners of your eyes. Center of the forehead is completely relaxed and open. Jaw is relaxed. You might even want to play with letting it hang open for a moment. As you do this, you might notice the belly drops as well. We'll get there in a minute. The neck and the throat, so the side muscles in the neck and the throat start to really relax. Again, imagining just beautiful, warm, tropical water pouring down the front of your body, melting down the fronts of your shoulders, the fronts of your chest, down the side ribs. Imagine it all just melting away and being held by your rooted feet, your sacrum that's planted, and then the strong spine and shoulders. Keep relaxing down. Relax the muscles around the heart in particular. And as you do this, lift the heart slightly. Like imagine it could just start to just ever so slightly open up towards the sky. Solar plexus relaxes open. And then really allow the belly to relax open. Good. And as you do this, you may notice that the breath is going to just naturally get a bit deeper. So this is like a really nice neutral stance to be in just for life, where your feet are plugged into the earth, your knees are soft, but your legs are full. Sacrum is pointed down, almost like a third anchor point into the earth. Spine strong, shoulders relaxed, and then the entire front of your body is soft, open, and relaxed. And then just for the next minute, begin to invite breath into the low part of the belly, into the, almost right into the pelvis if you could. So rather than force it, just for the first minute, invite it. So you're just inviting it in, meaning you're just allowing it in without trying to force a deep breath. See if you could invite it rather than force it. Just taking some nice smooth breaths here just to get a sense of what neutral feels like. Check again to make sure that the pelvis is pointed straight down, that the tailbone is tucked. Just taking another couple breaths here just to set neutral. And then now, rather than just inviting breath, I'm going to take another moment to start to bring deeper breath in. So allow the nostrils to get a little stronger, breathing in and out through the nose, and finding a deep inhale that lands breath inside the pelvic bowl. So it's like you could feel the space in the pelvis start to fill in the sides, the low part of the belly, the side of the belly, the low back starts to fill with breath. And then just nice smooth exhales. Again, nostrils a little stronger, so you're bringing in a much deeper breath just into this pelvic cauldron. Just for a moment. So now not only is the body grounded, strong, open and relaxed, but now it's full of breath, full of life. Just notice the difference between the body being relaxed and open versus relaxed, open, and full. Just Take one last breath in this full but relaxed state. And then you're going to take your forefinger and thumb, just press them together and bring them down just by your sides. Eyes can be closed here, and you're going to begin a breath of fire through the nose, which is an equal inhale and exhale through the nose. So again, just an equal inhale, exhale. You can start out slow if you need to. There's nowhere to get except openness. So if you're finding that the breath needs to start a bit slower, that's fine, but we're going to let it build like a fire in this pelvic cauldron. Good. And right away, as you start breathing in this way, you're going to notice two things. First, the belly is going to want to engage, which is great. And then you might notice there's tension creeping up as we add effort and structure to the breath. So again, check your stance, let yourself get a little heavier in the legs. Check that the sacrum is still very relaxed and full. Check the spine. Make sure the shoulders haven't come up. Let them relax down. And then start scanning the front of the body for tension. Notice, like, did you tense up around your eyes? Did you allow your throat to get tense? Maybe your heart caved in a little bit. Whatever it is, just scan the body even while you're in this breath of fire. Scan the body for tension and just practice dissolving it just with your awareness. Good. So you start to feel now the body is filling with breath, with life force. You might notice that it's getting a little warmer. The body is going to want to start to heat up a little bit. This is a breath of fire. That's okay. Keep pressing the forefinger and thumb together, just gently, hands by your sides. So as you feel this breath moving through the body, imagine now that the breath is coming up through the feet. So imagine you're breathing through the bottoms of your feet, up through the legs, into this pelvic cauldron, and let it fill with the breath. So you're turning up the sensitivity in the bottoms of your feet, letting the breath travel up from the earth. Just try to get a felt sense of it. Don't think about it too much if it's just not there, but just imagine your feet could be taking in energy from the earth. Good. Keep the breath going. Fill this pelvic cauldron. Good. And as the belly starts to fill with breath and there's some more heat being generated, imagine that now the energy from the earth is being breathed in up beyond the belly into the solar plexus, now into the heart. So let the solar plexus and the heart start to activate, relaxing open the center column of the body. Keep the breath going. Good. And then now we're going to add a little bit of energy from above. So you're going to take the hands out to the sides. Palms are facing up, but the fingertip, the forefinger and thumb are still touching. Good. Yeah. And now it's as if you're still breathing in through the bottoms of your feet, but while you do this, you're also receiving energy from the sun. Energy from the sun above is pouring down onto the palms of your hands. And imagine that is now also being pulsed into the heart through the breath. Really try to stretch the arms out, flex the elbows if you can. Try to create some tension so that the energy has somewhere to flow through the hands. So again, like you're taking in breath life from the earth, through the feet, up into the belly, up into the solar plexus, into the heart, and then same with the hands. These outstretched palms are receiving energy from the sun, from the forest, from all that's happening above us. And that is all meeting in the heart. So now the heart is just filling with this fire from the earth, fire from the sky above, and being fed by the breath. Try to stay with the posture as much as you can. Got less than a minute here. Just try to really stay with it. Arms extended out wide. Imagine they could just be receiving energy from the sun. And then for this last 30 seconds, imagine now that there is like an arc of energy flowing from palm to palm, imagine it arcing over the crown of your head, almost like a rainbow of light. Moving from palm to palm. Just really hold it another 15 seconds. Let it really build. Like feel it in the palms, feel it arcing above the head. And then imagine now you open the hands up wide, release the forefinger and thumb, and slowly start to collapse and consolidate this arc of energy in the palms above your head. Like really feel it consolidating in the palms. Let the palms meet with some tension above the crown of your head. And then as you feel the energy in the hands, there might be some shaking, that's okay. Just allow the palms to gently glide down through the crown of the head, the third eye point, the throat, and then down to the level of the heart. And press firmly here. Press firmly and keep breathing. Good. Yeah. Keep scanning the body for tension. The only tension should be between the palms. So palms are pressed firmly together at the heart center. You could even press the edges of your thumbs gently into the heart itself. And imagine that now all this energy that you just built, you received from the earth, from the sun, is now between the palms of your hands, just kind of like it could burst. It could burst. Good. Less than a minute just to really lock this in. So imagine you're really pressing the energy from the sky, from the earth, into the heart, filling your heart with fire, with light. Good. Another 10 seconds, really press the palms together firmly, 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 firmly. And then in 3, 2, 1, through the bottoms of your feet, take a huge inhale. Press the palms together, press the feet down into the earth. So ground yourself and imagine just pressing all of this sunlight, this energy from the earth into the heart, through the palms. Hold the breath. Hold the breath and consolidate the energy. Consolidate, consolidate. Hold all of it. Keep the palms pressed together. And then in 3, 2, 1, exhale. Another big inhale. Press down through the feet. Down, 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 down. Root yourself. Root, root, root. This time, press the palms together and now gently squeeze the perineum like you're trying to stop the flow of urine. Press, 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 press. Imagine now the energy from the earth traveling not just up the legs, but up the spine. Imagine it could coat the top of your brain with energy from the soil, deep roots of the earth. Keep pressing the palms together, and then in 3, 2, 1, exhale. Last time, deep inhale. Another sip. Hold the breath. Squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Press the feet down into the earth. Squeeze the perineum. Squeeze the palms together. Just imagine the heart could burst, so full. And then in 3, 2, 1, slowly exhale. Release the palms very slowly. Slow, slow, slow. Finding your way back to neutral. So hands by your sides, heart lifted, spine strong, feet plugged into the earth. Front of the body is soft, and just allow yourself to be breathed. So allow your body to breathe you. Let the earth breathe you. Let the sun breathe you. Inhaling when you need to inhale. Exhale when an exhale is needed. Just let the body tell you. Let the earth tell you. Let the sun tell you. No thought, just being. It's really nice, smooth, deep breaths. Checking the body again, just scan for tension anywhere, and just using your awareness, just relax it out, using the breath to and just notice the sensation of being completely full of life, full of breath, and yet completely relaxed at the same time. So body is relaxed, and yet you're full of life, full of vitality. And you can slowly, from here, just open your eyes and find a nice soft gaze. Just find something in the space that is pleasing to your eye. Just find what's beautiful about it. Bring yourself back into the shared space we're in, back to each other, and then offering a bow for the practice.